Good morning, everyone. Uh, The last week, I think you all did your exams well. So again, we are getting into our syllabus. We have completed 2 units before the exam, day 1. Now we are getting into the topic GST, our fourth unit, our fourth module. The third module, custom duty, we will discuss later because more than custom duty, GST is a very important topic. It's a very vast topic, so it will take some time to finish the concepts. So first we will get into the topic GST and then we will start the unit 3 module. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the concept GST. So we all have a lot of ideas about GST when it was introduced. Many of business people or common people, even though they are not in the business, many of them says that GST is a negative concept. It is not possible for a country like India. It affects the profits of the business. It affects the normal people's expenses. Because of GST, the price of the products are increasing. So the government is unfavoring for the people. Lot of negative concepts we have received when GST was implemented, but almost successfully we are in the third year actually of the GST after implementation. So I have given a YouTube link with the recorded session. It is just 3 to 3.5 minutes of a video regarding GST. It's an animated video. It will be quite interesting for you all. So even I suppose you have seen that video and you get into the recorded topic, you may understand whether the GST is created a positive impact or a negative impact in the business environment. So, one by one we are going to look into the topic like advantages, what is business in GST, what is supply in GST, who are all related persons, and for related person the uh, uh, how the actual amount is going to be calculated. If there is any difference between the related person and unrelated person in business. So these are the various topics today we are going to discuss. Okay? So it's just a small code. Uh, GST is a great idea which decreases the pollution on earth with the corruption and through unnecessary black marketing. So because of GST, lot of black markets. That is, uh, sometimes people will do the business, but they won't show that profit into the actual account. Normally, they will show losses. So, if they show losses, they need not pay tax for the profit what they did, what they earned. So, because of that, the country is facing lot of revenue issues because with the help of the revenue only the countries are developing, right? The infrastructure of the country is developing with the help of the tax revenue what they have collected from the business people or from the public. So it is like black marketing or corruption. So GST totally eradicates everything. This corruption and also the black market, everything it decreased. We could not say it totally eradicates. We can say it decreased. Okay. lot of films and lot of quotes are created when GST introduced. This is one among that. So GST, it actually before the stage GST arises, we have lot of taxes like entertainment tax, sales tax, VAT, excise duty, lot of taxes are there. But once GST was introduced, it replaced all the taxes, most of the taxes. So this is just a comic image that shows GST is a one tax on for a nation concept. Okay? Like earlier you had many girlfriends, friends, and hot friends like VAT, service tax, etc. Now only one, that is one. Remember, all day we put everything we do, we put every details in time. So this is best explanation of GST, I think so. Just for fun, I have kept this image here. So business. What are all the things considered as a business under GST is any activity carried out by a person, whether or not that involves a volume or frequency or continuity or regularity, that will be considered as a business, whether there is a volume or not, whether there is a frequency or continuity or not, whether there is a regularity or not, that will be considered as a business. It may be a single transaction of supply, it may be a one-time trade, whatever it may be, that will be considered as a business under GST. Simple example, I can say this. If suppose a farmer is farming mangoes, normally during the period of Feb to June, July, he could get mangoes from the farming. So only those periods he can do the business. So in a whole year, from the whole year, he could get almost 6 months of business. So even though he is doing 6 months of business, that is considered as a business. And also, if suppose Mr. A is a person who got jewelry from the roadside. The actual thing, if we got a jewelry from the roadside, we have to hand over it to the police station or any particular person to whom it is. If suppose the person sold the jewelry to Mr. B, it is illegal thing, but according to GST, this one-time trade is also considered as a business. Actually, it is illegal. If you found anything, you have to hand over it to the particular person or to the police station. But if suppose the person sold it to anybody, that is also considered as a business. It is like a one-time trade. They are considering. Okay. So whatever the activity, whether the volume involves or not, frequency involves or not, continuity or regularity involves or not, that will be considered as a business under GST. Okay. Here is the example what I have given. So GST, the abbreviation is Goods and Service Tax. It is an indirect tax. It replaced a lot of taxes like excise duty, VAT, value-added taxes, services taxes, etc. So it was passed in the Parliament on 29 March 2017. It came into effect on 1st July 2017. Its features are, it is comprehensive, it's multi-stage, it is a destination-based tax, and it is levied on every value addition. It is a single domestic indirect tax law for the entire country. Okay. So here is a small comparison of the old tax regime and also the new GST tax regime. So when the VAT was there, when the manufacturer buy the raw material, that time he will pay VAT, value-added tax. When he convert the raw materials into the finished product, so that he will add VAT plus the excise duty, because before GST arises, there are so many taxes are there. So manufacturers have to add excise duty. So VAT plus excise duty will be added, and then it will move on to the wholesaler or warehousing. So from the wholesaler or warehousing, again you will move to the retailer. At that time, again VAT will be added. So from the retailer to the final consumer, again VAT will be added. So the same thing here also applicable, but only differences in the calculation. In the following example, we will see how it will be calculated. What is the difference there? And in the second stage, when it's converted to finished goods and hand over it to the wholesaler, the VAT plus excise duty won't come. It will be the single tax, that is GST. Okay. So value addition is nothing but every stages of the product. That means from the raw materials to the finished goods, even like labeling, wrapper, and everything, the value will be added. So we are calling this as a value addition. We are calling GST as a value addition. So we are saying GST is a destination-based tax because, for example, we can say a product is manufactured in Maharashtra and it is sold to the final consumer who he is in the Karnataka. So since the GST is levied at the point of consumption, but the entire tax revenue will go to Karnataka, not Maharashtra. So it is a destination-based tax where it has been sold out. That place they will get the revenue. Okay. So it is a destination-based tax. It's a value addition tax. It's a destination-based tax. So these are the various advantages of GST. So it removes the cascading effect of tax, higher threshold for GST registration. So threshold is nothing but cascading effect is that is we are discussing in the next session, in next slide, so upcoming slide. What is cascading effect? Okay, higher threshold for GST registration. Threshold is nothing but lot of entries are there. So lot of entries means lot of registration process are there. That will make the business people more comfortable. Composition schemes for small businesses. This is nothing but normally when the small businesses they have to do multiple monthly returns. But in GST, if there is a file contains a single quarterly return in place of lot of multiple monthly returns, and simpler online facilities are available. It is little compliances compared to the other taxes like VAT. There is a defined treatment for e-commerce activities because nowadays many businesses are running with the help of e-commerce because like Amazon, Flipkart, a lot of online activities are going on. Online purchasing and sales are going on. So all the concepts has been defined, how they have to proceed, how they have to pay their taxes. It was clearly defined in the GST. Increased efficiency in logistics because with the help of e-way billing and e-invoicing, the logistics was totally getting efficient. And it regulates the unorganized sector. Even the sector is organized or unorganized, they have to register themselves under GST. Then only they will get lot of benefits. So automatically these unorganized sector gets regularized. Right? These are the various components of GST: CGST, SGST, IGST. So CGST is a central GST, SGST is a state GST. Integrated GST is nothing but when the transaction is happened between one state to another state. Whatever within India, between one state to another state, the transactions happen. We are calling it as the IGST. Yes, the second part we will discuss.